You know that moment when you wake up, and before you even open your eyes, a crushing weight settles into your chest like a boulder strapped to your ribs. The air feels thick, the sunlight coming through the window isn't golden, it's gray, filtered through the haze of another exhausting day. And suddenly, like a punch to the gut, you remember everything you've been trying to forget: the unpaid bills stacked on the kitchen counter, the emails from collectors that you've been avoiding for weeks, the way every month feels like running a race where the finish line keeps moving further away. You throw your legs over the side of the bed, and your feet hit the floor with a dull thud, like the universe is reminding you how heavy you truly are. This isn't just stress, this isn't just bad luck, this is the feeling of a soul withering under the weight of a cage it can't see. You've been told to pray harder, to meditate deeper, to manifest more. You've filled notebooks with affirmations, downloaded apps that promise to rewire your brain, and attended workshops where well-meaning gurus told you that your lack of success was a direct reflection of your lack of faith. But what if the real problem isn't your faith? What if it's the organ in your brain that's supposed to connect you to the universe, and it's been shrinking for years? What if all the positive thinking in the world can't outrun a biological prison? I know the exhaustion you feel, not just the physical tiredness, but the deep, gnawing exhaustion of a mind trapped in a loop of scarcity. You go to sleep with your to-do list replaying like a broken record, each task a relentless drumbeat that won't let you rest. You wake up to the same cycle of bills and emails, and empty promises, the same sense that no matter how hard you try, you're always one step behind. You've tried everything: budgeting spreadsheets that made you cry, side hustles that drained your last ounces of energy, manifestation journals filled with desperate scribbles. And yet, the universe still feels like it's holding its breath, waiting for you to prove you're worthy of something better. But here's the soul-shattering truth: you've been denied. This struggle isn't your fault. It's not karma. It's not punishment for past mistakes. It's biology. Your hippocampus, the tiny seahorse-shaped organ buried deep in your brain, tucked beneath the cerebral cortex, has been under siege. Chronic stress, financial pressure, the relentless noise of modern life. These aren't just emotional burdens. They're physical toxins. They've been shrinking your hippocampus, the very organ that connects you to God, to the universe, to the frequency of abundance. When it shrinks, your brain locks into what we call the slave wave, the frantic beta rhythm that keeps you running on empty, chasing money you never seem to keep, love that slips through your fingers, and peace that always stays just out of reach. You've been told to work harder, to believe more, to visualize success until your eyes bleed. But no amount of positive thinking can restore an organ that's been starved of its natural rhythm. The slave wave isn't just a mindset, it's a biological cage. And for decades, powerful forces have known how to keep you trapped inside it. Think about it. The CIA has been studying brain frequencies for over 70 years. Declassified documents reveal that during the Cold War, invested millions into programs like MK Ultra, where they experimented with sound drugs and psychological manipulation to control minds. They discovered something chilling. Certain frequencies could shatter a person's, while others could rebuild it. They weren't just torturing people. They were mapping the human nervous system, learning how to push brains into different states at will. And what they found was that the poor aren't poor because they are lazy. They are poor because they've been conditioned to vibrate in beta, a frequency of lack of fear, of survival. Meanwhile, the wealthy operate in theta, a state of flow intuition and effortless creation. They don't work harder. They vibrate differently. You're not abandoned by the universe. You're trapped in a frequency prison. And the walls of that prison are made of the same thing that's been crushing your chest every morning, the slave wave. But here's the miracle: this prison has a key, and it's not found in willpower or positive thinking. It's found in sound. The deep reason you are going through this pain is specifically because of your shrunken hippocampus. That is the root cause. So if you want to start changing this reality today by simply regrowing this connection with a sound wave, then click the link in the description right now and change your life today, now, to understand how we truly heal this. Let's go deeper. You were born with a hippocampus the size of a walnut. It was your direct line to the divine, your antenna to abundance. But when you were a child, if you heard your parents arguing about money, if you felt the tension of unpaid bills clinging to the air like smoke, if you absorbed the stress of a world that runs on fear, your hippocampus started to shrink. Every sleepless night, every paycheck that disappeared too quickly, every time you prayed for a miracle and got silence. Instead, it was chipping away at your bridge to God. The modern world doesn't just stress you out, it rewires you. The noise of social media, the urgency of emails pinging at 2 a.m., the constant bombardment of bad news. Bad news cells, remember, it's all designed to keep your brain in beta. And beta isn't just a feeling, it's a frequency. It's the mental static that drowns out the whispers of intuition, the nudges of divine timing, the sudden insights that could change everything. You ever have a moment where an idea hits you like a solution to a problem you've been wrestling with for months? And it comes so clearly, you almost hear it out loud. That's your hippocampus speaking. That's your divine antenna firing. But in beta, that signal gets buried under a mountain of cortisol and noise. But here's what they don't tell you: your hippocampus isn't just shrinking, it can regrow. And when it does, your life transforms. You stop forcing things, money appears when you're not looking. Opportunities show up in ways you never imagined. Relationships heal without effort. Stress melts like ice in sunlight. This isn't magic, it's neuroscience. Think of it like this: your brain is a garden, the slave wave is a drought. It scorched the soil, cracked the earth, made it impossible for anything good to grow. But beneath the surface, your hippocampus is still there, it's waiting. And all it needs is the right frequency to wake it up a frequency that tells your brain you are safe, you are abundant, you are connected. This isn't some new age fantasy. It's been proven in laboratories. In a 2011 study published in the Journal of Alzheimer's Disease, researchers found that when subjects listened to binaural beat-specific sound waves that synchronize brain waves, their hippocampus activity increased by up to 40%. Their stress hormones dropped, their intuition sharpened. They started vibrating in theta, the frequency of billionaires and mystics alike. They stopped struggling. They started flowing. You've been told to change your thoughts, to change your habits, to change your life. But your thoughts and habits are downstream effects. The real change starts in your brain. And the fastest way to change your brain isn't through years of therapy or meditation. It's through sound, a sound that resonates with the exact frequency your hippocampus needs to regrow. The billionaires of the world didn't get rich by working harder. They got rich by vibrating higher, by operating from a state where ideas come unbidden, where money flows without effort, where peace is the default. And the secret to that state isn't discipline, it's biology. Look at Elon Musk. He's not a workaholic, he's a theta wave generator. He sleeps in short bursts, wakes up with ideas, and moves through the world like a man who's plugged into something bigger. He doesn't struggle for solutions, they appear. He doesn't force outcomes, they materialize. That's not luck. That's a brain that has rewired itself to operate in a higher frequency. You don't need another course. You don't need another coach. You need to rebuild the organ that's been starved for decades. And the good news, you can start today. In just 7 minutes, a sound wave can begin rewiring your brain for abundance. It can melt the tension in your chest. It can quiet the voice that whispers you're not enough. It can remind your hippocampus that it's time to grow. This isn't about positive thinking, it's about biological liberation. You've been kept in the dark long enough. The truth is the universe hasn't abandoned you. It's been waiting for you to wake up. And now that you're here, the path forward is clearer than ever. The 7-minute sound ritual isn't a product, it's a blessing. It's a tool of liberation designed to unlock the frequency that billionaires and mystics have been using for decades. It's not about manifesting, it's about remembering that you were born with a direct line to abundance, that your struggles haven't been tests of your worth, but tests of your awareness. And now that you're awake, the cage can break. Let me tell you about Sarah. She was a single mother working 2 jobs, drowning in debt, and convinced she'd never escape the cycle. She tried everything: side gigs, coupon clipping, even a MLM that promised financial freedom. She lost $2,000 on that one. Then she found the sound ritual, not because she believed in it, but because she had nothing left to lose. She played the 7-minute track every night before bed. Within 3 weeks, she noticed something strange. The weight on her chest was lighter. She started sleeping through the night for the first time in years. And then one Tuesday morning, she got a call. former coworker offered her a remote job, one she could do from home with flexible hours, and a salary that actually covered her bills. She didn't apply for it. She didn't even know the job existed. It just appeared coincidence. Or was it her hippocampus waking up, tuning into the frequency of abundance? Then there's Marcus, a corporate lawyer who had everything on paper: prestige, a six-figure salary, a penthouse, but felt like a ghost in his own life. He followed the same grind every day: wake up, commute, grind, commute, collapse. Into bed, he'd meditate, journal, even tried psychedelics. To find meaning, nothing worked. Then he tried the sound ritual 3 weeks, and he had an epiphany during a meeting. A client mentioned a problem, and Marcus suddenly saw the solution not as a logical deduction, but as a download, like someone whispered it in his ear. He pitched the idea, landed a major account, and got a promotion. His colleagues asked how he did it. He said, "I just listened. These aren't miracles, they're biology in action. When your hippocampus regrows your perception, shifts, you stop seeing obstacles. You start seeing opportunities. You stop feeling like a victim of circumstance. You start feeling like the co-creator of your reality." But here's the catch: this isn't a one-time fix. It's a daily practice. The modern world is engineered to keep you in beta. The algorithms of social media are designed to hijack your dopamine. The news cycles are crafted to keep you in fear. The consumer economy thrives when you're stressed, when you're chasing, when you're never satisfied. That's not an accident. That's designed. So how do you break free? You stop fighting the system with sheer willpower. You stop believing that more money, more time, or more self-help books will save you. You start by rebuilding what's been broken inside you. The 7-minute sound ritual works because it targets your brain at its core. It's not motivational. It's not spiritual fluff. It's a precisely engineered sound wave that stimulates the hippocampus to regrow. When you listen, you're not just relaxing, you're resetting your nervous system. You're telling your brain, this is safe, this is enough, this is home, try it. Tonight, lie down close, your eyes, play the track. Let the sound wash over you like a warm current. Don't analyze it, don't wait for results, just listen. And for the first time in years, let yourself feel what it's like to breathe without the weight of the world on your chest. You were never meant to live like this. You were born with a hippocampus that could connect you to the divine. You were born with a frequency that could attract abundance effortlessly. You were born with a soul that knew peace was its default state. But somewhere along the way, that connection got buried under layers of stress, noise, and conditioning. The cage isn't real, it's just a frequency. And frequencies can be changed. Click the link in the description. Start the ritual tonight. Let the sound wave do what years of struggle couldn't. Watch as your chest lightens. Watch as money appears in ways that defy logic. Watch as your intuition becomes your greatest guide. This isn't a promise, it's a scientific truth. Your hippocampus can regrow, your frequency can shift, and your life can transform the sound. Wave is waiting for you. Click now before the weight of another sleepless night settles back into your ribs, before the bills pile up again, before the cycle starts anew. The key is in your hands. Use it.